Hello students, my name is Shyam Sundar. I am going to DL basic electrical engineering subject for you in this semester. Okay, so let us start the course. Here first of all we are going to learn what is electric current. Okay, the definition is the directed flow of free electrons is called electric current. Okay, the directed flow of free electrons is called electric current. So what do you mean by free electrons? So you might have known that this is an atom. I have considered an atom. Here the center of the atom is having nucleus. Okay, the nucleus consists of protons and neutrons, you already know that, and electrons flow or electrons revolve around the nucleus in the atom. Okay, up to this you might have known. In an atom, inside the nucleus there are protons and neutrons, but electrons rotate around the nucleus. Okay, and you also know regarding valency band and conduction band. So what are these two bands? Okay, so any atom, based on its atomic number, there will be some valency electrons. Here let me consider a silicon which has 4 valency electrons. Okay, let me consider silicon which has 4 valency electrons, because its group number is 4, there will be 4 electrons. Okay, so the electrons in the valency bond are called bounded electrons. These are bounded electrons because these electrons will be bounded to nucleus. Okay, the attraction of nucleus will be effective on this valency electrons. So what are the electrons? This is my conduction band. Okay, the red color circular line is conduction band. So the electrons in the conduction band are called free electrons. Free electrons, the name itself indicating free electrons. Sorry, these are electron. Okay, free electrons. That means there will be no force of attraction of nucleus onto these free electrons which are in the conduction band. Okay, the electrons in the valency band are influenced by the field of nucleus here, but the electrons in the conduction band are free from attraction of this nucleus. That means these are free to revolve in the any medium. Okay, so this is about bounded electrons and free electrons. So what is our electric current? Our electric current is directed flow. That means there will be a direction of flow of electrons. The directed flow of free electrons are charge. Electron is nothing but a charge. Okay, the directed flow of free electrons is called electric current. That means the electric current is only due to our free electrons which are in our conduction band. Okay, this is my conduction band. Okay, the electric current is only due to free electrons in the conduction band, and it is not due to electrons in the valency band. Okay, bounded electrons cannot contribute electric current, but free electrons can do. Okay, so this is the definition of electric current. Okay, the directed flow of free electrons is called electric current. Okay, I hope you understand the definition of electric current. Okay, it is only due to the free electrons in any atom. The electric current is due to only free electrons. There will be two types of electrons, bounded electrons and free electrons. The electric current is mainly due to free electrons. Okay, now let us understand the electric current concept using a diagram. Okay, so one more thing is the materials which have free electrons are, most of them are metals. Okay, metals have free electrons. Okay, and the material we use for conducting electricity in the common use are copper and aluminum. Okay, these two are the materials we are using for our electric current. Okay, now I have taken a copper strip. This part is a copper strip, copper material. Okay, now because copper is a conducting material, there will be free electrons in the copper. Okay, I am mentioning them as dots. So these are the free electrons available in the copper. Okay, now I am going to excite this copper material with a voltage supply, that is battery. Okay, this minus plus is a battery symbol. Okay, now this is a switch. Whenever I close this switch, okay, this voltage will be applied across the copper strip. Okay, voltage is nothing but a pressure or two opposing forces. If this is my negative terminal, this will be plus terminal. That means some pressure will be applied on the conductor. Okay, this is copper is nothing but a conductor. Okay, now I am going to apply some voltage across the conductor. That means that conductor will experience some pressure. Due to this pressure, and you know that our free electrons are charged negative. Okay, our free electrons are charged negative. You already know that. Okay, charge of electron is negative here. Okay, so due to this polarity, this is negative terminal, and negative terminal will reflect or oppose our electrons, and our positive terminal of the battery attracts the electrons, because opposite polarities attract each other. That means our electrons now start flowing in this direction. Okay, our electrons will be attracted by positive terminal of the battery and repelled by negative terminal of the battery. So I can say like our current is flowing in this direction. Okay, and through the copper strip that is coming back to our battery positive terminal. So this is the direction of actual current. This is direction of current is symbolized with I. So current is mentioned, named, or current is denoted with letter I. Okay, so this is my actual direction of current. Actual direction of current. Okay, this is the actual direction of current. But before this electron theory, the direction of current is denoted from positive terminal to negative terminal. Okay, actually this was the actual direction of electrons, which is treated as direction of current. But before electrons theory itself, the terminals of battery are like this, and the current direction is assumed as the current leaves positive terminal and comes to negative terminal. That means this is my new direction of current, and this direction of current, this direction of current is called conventional direction of current. This is my conventional direction of current. The conventional current direction, I can say. Okay, so this is the conventional current direction, but this is the actual direction of the current. Okay, so we use our conventional direction of current, that is current leaves from positive terminal of the battery and enters to negative terminal of the battery. Okay, so this is the direction we opt for our electrical circuits. Okay, so we choose our conventional current direction rather our actual direction of current. Okay, so this is about direction of the current. Now let us see the unit for current. Okay, so you can see that the strength of electric current is the rate of flow of electrons. You know that. Okay, the strength of electric current is nothing but rate of flow of electrons, that is charge flowing per second. Okay, the strength of electron is nothing but rate of flow of electrons, that means rate of flow of charges. Charge is denoted with symbol Q, and the rate of change is termed as I equal to Q by T. Okay, the charge Q is measured in coulombs and time in seconds. Okay, here charge is in coulombs and time in seconds. Okay, I can say that it is coulombs per second. Okay, therefore the unit of electric current will be coulombs per second, or this also will be called as amperes. Okay, this is amperes. This is the unit of current. Okay, amperes is the unit of current, which is nothing but coulombs per second. That means if 1 coulomb of charge in 1 second, then 1 ampere of current is flown. That means if 1 coulomb of charge flow through the material in 1 second, hence we can say that 1 ampere of current has flown through the conductor. Okay, if 1 coulomb of charge passes through the conductor in 1 second, that can be treated as 1 ampere of current has flown through the conductor. So this is the unit of our current. Ampere is the unit of current. Okay, so let us see the types of electric current now. Okay, let us see the types of electric current. Basically there are 3 types of currents available. One is steady current, another is varying current, and third one is alternating current. Okay, so these 3 are the basic currents. I am going to explain them now. Okay, the types of currents, types of electric currents. Now let us discuss the types of electric current. There are 3 types of electric current. One is steady current, and second one is varying current, third one is alternating current. Okay, these 3 are the currents we have. Okay, now what is the definition of steady current? Steady current is nothing but the magnitude of current, the magnitude does not change with time t. Okay, the magnitude of the current does not change with time, that is called our steady current. So I am going to draw a graph for steady current. Here you can see this is current axis, this will be time axis. Okay, so the definition is saying the magnitude of current does not change with time, that means the current magnitude is constant throughout the time. So this is my steady current. Okay, now let us see the second definition of varying current. So as it is in the name itself, it is mentioning as varying current, that means the magnitude of current will change with respect to time. Okay, the magnitude of current will change with respect to time, that is called varying current. Okay, in the steady current the magnitude of current does not change with respect to time, but in varying current magnitude of current changes with time. Okay, the magnitude of current change with respect to time. So this is varying current. Okay, when the magnitude of current changes with time, it is called varying current. Okay, now let us see the graph for varying current. Okay, let us see the graph for varying current. Here the graph will be because it changes with time to time. Okay, I am going to see here y axis is my current and x axis time axis. So this is my varying current, that means you can see here it is not fixed throughout the time period, but in steady current it is fixed. This is my figure A, this is my figure B. Okay, in figure A you can see the steady current is magnitude is constant throughout the time period, but here the magnitude is not constant. This is varying current. Now let us see another important current, that is alternating current. That means the definition is an alternating current is one whose magnitude changes continuously with time and direction changes periodically. Okay, an alternating current is one whose magnitude changes continuously with time and direction changes periodically. Okay, I am going to write the definition. The magnitude changes continuously with time and direction periodically. Okay, the alternating current is one whose magnitude changes continuously with time and direction changes periodically. Periodically means within specific time period the direction of the current will change from one form to another form. That means I am going to draw the waveform for our alternating current. Okay, so x axis is time axis, this is my figure C. Okay, and y axis is my current axis. Now you can see that I am drawing the time axis like this because I have to draw a sinusoidal wave. Okay, so it changes time continuously and its direction periodically. Okay, here you can see this is my time period of the wave. So this is alternating current waveform, that means it is changing its magnitude time to time and its direction with some period. Okay, after this period this direction is reversing, after some period this direction is reversing. That means initially when time is t1, I am considering it as t1, before t1, 0 to t1 it is positive direction, and between t1 to t2 it is negative direction. That means the magnitude is changing continuously with time and direction is changes with periodically. So this is about alternating current. Okay, so these three are the types of currents. Okay, so I hope you understand the types of currents and what is current. Electric current is a directed flow of free electrons is nothing but electric current, and there are three types of currents here. One is steady current and another one is steady current, second one is varying current, third one is our alternating current. So these two are the important ones here. Mostly this current is called DC current and this current is called AC current. Okay, this is direct current and this is alternating current. Okay, so these two are important and you can remember this. Okay, steady current and alternating current are important. Steady current is also called as DC current, alternating current is also called as AC current. Okay, so what is a steady current? The magnitude of current doesn't change with time, that means it is constant. The magnitude is constant. Let me consider it is 1 amp. So 1 ampere of current is constant throughout the time period. Then what is varying current? That means it varies with respect to time, that's it. So it varies with respect to time. Then what is sinusoidal? What is alternating current? Alternating current is the magnitude changes with respect to time and it changes direction periodically. Here magnitude changes and the direction changes with some period. Okay, so after 0 to t, up to 0 to t, it is positive direction, and after t1 it is going to negative direction. So this is alternating current or AC current. Okay, and this waveform is also called as sinusoidal waveform. Okay, AC waveform is nothing but sinusoidal waveform. Okay, we are going to see the different factors of AC current in the second unit, and in the first unit we are going to deal with the DC circuit analysis. In the second unit we are going to deal with the AC circuit analysis. That means whenever our DC supply is given to the circuit, what will be the behavior of the circuit will be explained in the first unit, and what will be the circuit behavior when we supply AC current to the circuit will be studied in the second unit. Okay, so this is about electric current. I hope you understand. Okay, thank you.